$300 million. That's what Donald Trump is spending to build a ballroom at the White House. But here's the shocking part. He's demolishing historic buildings and fighting multiple lawsuits to make it happen. This isn't just about architecture. This is about power, money, and who controls America's most sacred spaces. Donald Trump has always been obsessed with grand spaces, from Trump Tower's golden escalators to Mar-a-Lago's opulent ballrooms. The man knows how to make a statement. But when he returned to the White House, the existing state dining room wasn't enough. He wanted something bigger, much bigger. The original ballroom could hold 500 people. Trump's vision? A massive 1,350 guest capacity, nearly triple the size. But here's where it gets interesting. To build this mega ballroom, Trump needed space. Real estate that didn't exist. So in October 2025, the bulldozers moved in. The east wing of the White House, gone. Demolished to make way for Trump's grand vision. Construction cranes towered over the White House grounds, with work continuing audibly through the night. Trump himself noted he could hear the construction from his bedroom. Then came the lawsuits. On November 16, 2025, the D.C. Preservation League filed their first legal challenge. They weren't just fighting the ballroom. Trump wanted to paint the historic Eisenhower Executive Office building, a move preservationists called architectural vandalism. But that's not even the worst part. According to court documents, Trump was eyeing 4 additional federal buildings for demolition. The National Trust for Historic Preservation had seen enough. On December 12, 2025, they filed a federal lawsuit demanding Trump halt the entire $300 million project. Their argument was simple but powerful. The 1966 National Historic Preservation Act requires public review for projects affecting historic properties. Trump's team was bypassing federal law. And it gets worse. The same day the lawsuit was filed, Trump fired his lead architect. James McCrary from McCrary Architects had clashed repeatedly with Trump officials over the project's scope and historical sensitivity. Within hours, Trump hired Shalom Baranis, an architect more willing to execute his vision without questions. Priya Jain, chair of the Heritage Preservation Committee at Society of Architectural Historians, watched in horror as the project accelerated. "We're witnessing the systematic destruction of America's architectural heritage," she warned. The White House claimed Trump had full legal authority to modernize, renovate, and beautify the White House, just like all of his predecessors did. But no previous president had demolished entire wings or ignored federal preservation laws. Here's the craziest part. Trump claims the entire $300 million project is funded by private donors. No taxpayer money, he insists. But who are these mystery donors willing to spend a fortune on presidential party space? The White House refuses to release donor names, citing security concerns. By March 2026, the legal pressure forced a temporary halt. Trump's administration agreed to stop painting the Eisenhower building while courts reviewed the cases. But construction on the ballroom continued. Trump promised completion by 2028, just in time for potential re-election celebrations. Nobody talks about what this really represents, the collision between presidential power and historic preservation. When the most powerful person in America wants to build something, who can stop them? The preservationists are fighting for more than buildings. They're fighting for the principle that even presidents must follow the law. But the story doesn't end there. These lawsuits will reshape how future presidents approach White House renovations. The outcome determines whether America's historic buildings are protected by law or subject to presidential whims. The $300 million question remains. Should presidents have unlimited power to reshape America's most important buildings? The courts will decide, but the precedent will echo through history. Subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape America's future.